What's good, everybody? It's your girlfriend Chanel here, and today I'm back learning unique European and Slavic letters. I love learning languages, as you know, and I'm often looking for languages on signs when I'm playing duels, so this is going to be a really fun video, so without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, we have a lot of letters here, but I don't know which one is the unique one. Maybe it's like the upside down E. We are in no move though, so I'm gonna look a little bit around. We have the white back of the truck and a black antenna. So is it ever Kazakhstan? Is that a bad shout? I'm not sure. I will go here and we'll see where we are. Oh, cool. We actually were in Kazakhstan, and if I had guessed in downtown Astana instead of like the middle of this river, then I could have got closer to the 5K, but we got 4.933, which is an amazing start to this video. This is a Cyrillic, Kazakhstan unique Cyrillic letter, so this kind of like upside down E shape, this F with like, okay, this F shape, and then this K with like another like additional like rectangle slash, like line on the bottom right of it. And then what looks like kind of like a Y with like a bar across it. Okay, but that's for Kazakhstan. All right, this feels like Greek to me, I think. I just want to make sure by looking around because we are playing no move. Okay, I'm sure that this is Greek now. So I will zoom into Greece here. The unique letters, I'm not sure what the unique letters it's gonna say are. I feel like I just recognize this from like, like math or like, like frat houses or something and like at colleges. But yeah, where in Greece do I think I am? By chance, I also did record a Greece region guessing like meta video like today as of the day of the recording, but like I think this is coming out probably like weeks after that Greek video or the Greece video. I don't know exactly when. I don't really see any of the metas that I learned though, because I learned some of like the taxi color metas, I learned some of the trash bin metas, but I don't see any of those visible, unfortunately. So I cannot put them to use right now. I think that I will go in Heraklion and we'll see where we are. Okay, we were in Aegina. These islands kind of like off, like near Athens. So Greece unique letters we can see over here. I don't know the names of all the letters, but I will try to remember it for if I see it in the future. Okay. All right, this sign has some letters which I feel like are going to be unique to whatever language it is. So I don't know if it's going to be like the Z with like the little like diacritic on the top, or maybe the A with like the rectangular kind of like flat line. But what country do I think I'm in? Does it say Iella at the end of that street name? Maybe. I can't exactly see any like polls or anything that help me to narrow it down. So based on the sign, where do I think I am? Anzanes. Maybe I want to go. Yeah, I'll go in Slovakia. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of like Z city names with like the same diacritic, so I'll go here. Okay, we were really far. We were in Latvia actually, so these are Latvia unique Latin letters. A, E, I with like the flat slash over it, and then G with like a little bit of like a comma below or on top of it, depending on like the case of it. K's with a comma looking diacritic under, L's with it under, N with it under. Okay. A, E, I flat, Latvia. A little like diacritic above the Z, which is interesting, and then it's ending in OW, which makes me think Poland to start. I will look around though because I am playing in no move. This feels very Polish to me, I think, like the language. What about, okay, we're definitely in Poland. So I don't know what the name of the font is, but the font plus the green background is just like extremely Polish, and I don't know if they have it in any other country. I will just plonk it in the middle for now, and we'll see what the meta is. Okay, we have Poland unique Latin letters. So in Poland, there is dashes kind of through the L, which I think we see in some of the major city names, right? Like in Lodz, yeah. The Z with like the diacritic on top, also in Lodz, and an S with like the slash to the right, also Polish. Okay. All right, we have here, it says złoto with like the L with like the slash through it, which we just learned is in Poland. So I think I'll put in your Warsaw for now, and let's look around and see if we can find any other clues that tell us what city we are in within Poland. Poznan. Poznan. Zoom out for a second because I feel like, yes, I've heard of it before, and we are downtown here. Is this ever something I'm gonna 5K? How big is this town? Bureau. This seems like an important like government building, but I can't see the name of it, so I'm like, okay, we're somewhere in this downtown. Low key, I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds to a minute of trying to 5K, and if not, I'll just plonk it in downtown because, yeah, we'll give it a try. Lombard 66 and Papavero. I wish I could like pop out the map more. I feel like it would help a little bit. 66. And on these signs it says like what, 48 to 48C, 49A to 49C, but I don't know if that's like a street. Feels like Beverly something and something. Resuming. Bar Abu. Masio. Bar Abu again. Is that a chain? Boutique. Park Inn by Radisson. Okay. I don't think this is something I'm going to be able to 5K and playing no move, but I think we'll get really close here and almost the 5K. All right, we got 4.997, which is okay. And it was the same Poland unique Latin letters that we had in the last round. So we were able to recognize it again and even get the right city. We got 18K there, which is an amazing score. Let's keep going and learning more about languages. Okay, the unique letters here, probably like the U diacritic shape, like above the A's, which I think, what language does this feel like without looking around? Maybe Romanian, I want to say. Because I feel like some of these like words on the bottom, like condimente, biscuiti, seem like almost, you know, like Italian or French or, you know, same root, like Romance languages, but not exactly. And I'm going to look around and we see the Romanian flag, so I feel pretty sure that we're in Romania. We have a market, we have a magazine, which I think is just like a magasin, like a store. Probably a similar word to French. Market. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this being in Romania, but is there a city name? .ro. Rasco Alei? Is that a big city name, if that's even a city? I don't see it at the zoom level, so I'll stay here in Targu Mureș and we'll see where we are. Okay, we're closer to the coast, but that is okay. We're in a city called Constanta. So Romania unique Latin letters. So in Romania, there is this A with like the little like kind of like U shape. I want to say like macaroni shape, but I don't know if that's like disrespectful for the diacritic above the A's. And we have like the little like comma. Is it even a comma that I want to call it? Like apostrophe like under the T's and then under the S's, but it says warning, be careful not to confuse with S, like the Turkish S, and A with like a triangle kind of more diacritic on top can also be found in the Sami regions. Okay, we got 3.2K there, so not bad. Bingo dolce. Oh, okay, I think this is Portugal because there's like the squiggly diacritic above the A and tal. And if I look around, then yes, this is screaming Portugal to me. Just like kind of like the white blocky architecture is like one giveaway. I feel like the language is another. DO is like some sort of like, is it like of or something? It's like one of those like, you know, like connecting words. Or DE, a little bit of yellow on that plate there. Is this a Peugeot? A Peugeot in Portugal. But yeah, I think we're in Portugal. Can I find the city? I don't think I will be able to from this current place, but that is okay. I'll plunk it here. I feel like we're closer to the coast, maybe in Aveiro, and we'll see where we are. All right, we were all the way on the opposite side. We were in Olau, but the Portugal unique Latin letters are the A with the squiggly. So we were correct in identifying that and getting the right country. Okay, I'm not sure what the unique letter is here. Like, I feel like whatever this like third letter is here on the top of the sign, there's like a Y shape, like an A kind of shape, and I'm not sure what letter this is, but there's like a little bit of like a dash or like a mark above it. I don't know what letter it's supposed to be, but I also see like the, you know, like Latin script under like the Cyrillic, so I feel like we're in Bulgaria off the bat. No, I think this is that the North Macedonia flag, I think, with like the red and yellow stripes and then like the thing in the center. I believe this is North Macedonia, so let me look at this again. Okay, I think the only unique letter I see for now is this like shaped letter, like kind of like a tall R, but not exactly, with like a little bit of the dash at the top. So we'll go here and learn what the letter is. Okay, we're in the capital, we're in Skopje. North Macedonia, unique Cyrillic letters. K with like the little dash, this kind of like R shape, but it's not exactly an R shape, with a little dash, and then a regular S. Okay. Okay, POW with the A squiggly, definitely Portuguese, but I think we're in a different city this time, so maybe we can find a city name. Avi, Ludo. This feels like a beach town. Travel agency. But I'm not seeing like the city name on here, which is okay. We'll get the right country for sure because we know that that's the unique like Portuguese diacritic, so we'll go here in Porto. All right, we were all the way on the opposite side, which is okay, but we're in the right country, so we'll take it near Praia da Rocha. Okay, this is interesting. We have this E that looks like more like the Euro symbol. We have this like, I want to say it looks most like a W shape, but I know it's not like a W. It's kind of like a sideways capital E. And we have this backwards like N shape with like the little like curved, you know, like U, but kind of more like a macaroni shape. So where do I think I am? It says .ua, so I think Ukraine. That checks out with like the red blur and kind of like the architecture and everything around me. I'll be in Kharkiv for now. So what are the unique letters? I feel like it's going to be this character here, whatever it stands for. Kind of like an A, but like the sides of it are more like rectangular and like angular at the bottom. I will go here in Kharkiv and we'll learn what the unique letters are. Oh, cool. We actually got the right city, which I'm like, extra points for me. But we got Ukraine unique Cyrillic letters. So the E, which kind of looks like the Euro symbol to me in my head. The I with like the two square dots at the top. And then this like R shape kind of, but with like an extra like arm going up. Okay. All right, we got 90K there. That's a really good score. Let's keep going and keep learning about languages. Okay, we have a sign that says Señor, and it has like the squiggly above the N, so I'm thinking in Spanish. Right side of the road, Vota. Blue bus. Okay. I mean, everything is in Spanish, and because this is a unique, like, European letter map, I know we're in Spain, because I think that's the only country that speaks Spanish in Europe. Like, officially. I'm sure plenty of people speak it, though, in other countries in Europe. I don't think I see any metas that will help me, like, get a better, like, city guess, so I'll just go in Zaragoza and we'll see where we are. Okay, we were kind of a lot further west, but we were in the right country. We were in Spain, so Spain unique Latin letters. Info Enye, sometimes written as N with like a macron diacritic above instead. Found in Spanish, effectively unique to Spain within Europe, though possibly rarely in France and perhaps elsewhere via minor languages such as Basque. Okay. All right, we have a lot of unique shapes here. I feel like this first letter is like the E shape we saw before, but backwards, so it's reversed. We have this letter here, which is kind of like a curved line up and then like angular at the top and then angular down like a column. And we have this one that looks like a 3, although I don't know if that's like a lowercase of this letter because they're facing the same direction and have the same like angled points up and down, but this one's obviously like the first letter of something, so I don't know if this is like the capital version of it. I don't know what country this is. This is .ru. Okay, so we're in Russia, and I feel like that's like a city name, but I can't read it, so I don't know where we are. I will go in Moscow, and we'll learn what the unique letters are and what city we're in. Okay, we were a lot further south. We were in Saratov. So Russia unique Cyrillic letters. So, okay, I guess these are not the same letter, like what I was like predicting or saying before. So kind of like the backwards like E shape, not to be confused with like the 3 shape. So technically, like this letter here, like the lowercase b and like the uppercase I looking shapes are found in Russian, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolian, but not in Central European Cyrillic alphabets, but it can be seen in most Cyrillic speaking countries. Okay. We have a language that has like, it seems like dash above the E and like a little like thing below the G. I want to say it feels like Turkey. Okay, looks like it's Latvia, so it's incorrect before, but that is why we learn, even if we're wrong at first. Hopefully with new information, you can get better, and that's what I'm hoping for here. So we're in Latvia. I think I will go just like in Riga, because I don't really know too many like cities within Latvia. And as for the unique letters, I feel like it's going to be like the G with this like little dash under it, and then the E with like the line on top. Okay. I do remember learning this in one of the previous rounds, like the dash above like the A, E, and I. Okay. 4.958. Really, really good. There's a dot above each of like the E's here, like the lowercase E's in this word. I'm not sure what language I'm looking at. There's a euro sign. There's an I with like a little bit of like a squiggly under. Initially I thought Romania, but I'm not entirely sure. G dot. G dot is, that's a flag. That is the Lithuania flag. Yellow, green, red. Latvia is red, white, red, right? And then Estonia is like white, blue, black, I think. I think that G dot is Lithuania. If I'm wrong here, I will find out very shortly. And we'll see where we are. All right, we were just in Vilnius. Lithuania unique Latin letters. So E with like the dot on top, which I saw. U with the little like curved thing under it. And then like the I shape with like the little curved thing under it as well. Unique to Lithuania. Okay, we got 4.944, so we'll take it. This is Greek again. Is this the same Greek location we had before? I don't think it is, but it might be. No, I don't think it is the same Greek location we had before. I'll just go near Athens because I know it's in Greece, and we'll see where we are. Okay, we're a lot further north in a city called Edessa, and these are the unique Greek letters. Okay. We got 19.4K there, not bad. I'm gonna play this map one or two more times and see how many more language, like diacritics and things we can learn, and then we'll call it a day. All right, Iella with dashes above the A's is Latvia, I believe. I think Latvia had the dashes above the A's, I's, and E's. All right, perf. We were in Latvia, so we recognized that quicker than last time. We got 4.3K. Not the right city, but I think I'm kind of more aiming to just, like, get the right country. I don't really see any unique letters here, although I do know that it's in French. So I think we just go France here and then hope for the best. Yeah. Okay, we were all the way down here in Carcassonne in France, while the oi ligature, unique to French, is found in other French-speaking countries. In practice, it will usually be expanded to OE. So if you see on signage within Europe, you're far more likely to be in France. Okay. I don't even think I saw that on the sign, but maybe I just like knew it. We're looking at a red taxi, so no languages there, but I saw a little spoiler, so we're still gonna look at the sign and diacritic, and then we'll look at the left to confirm our suspicions. We have these A's with like a dash to the right on above it, but it's kind of more like a trapezoidal shape. Like it's not just like one dash, like it's wider at the top than it is at the bottom. I'm gonna say we're in Hungary, and it's not just because I saw the .hu when I zoomed out, but I think I would be able to recognize this as Hungarian if I saw it in a duel. And then Utka. Utka, I think I've seen a lot before in duels. I'll just go in Budapest and we'll see where we are. All right, awesome. We were in downtown Budapest. We have 4.987. The Hungary unique Latin letters. So the O with a double dash on top and then a U with a double dash on top for both uppercase and lowercase. Okay. E with the double dots. This letter, I don't know if that's unique to any one language. Like, it's kind of like an X, but you add another line in the middle. Lowercase u, lowercase b. Backwards R. I don't know if any of those letters are, like, unique to a specific country. There's a statue of something gold over there. Languages on the sign. It says .ru on this truck, so I'm thinking we're in Russia. But I have no clue where in Russia. I think I'll just go near Kazan and we'll see where we are. Okay, we were a lot further south. We were in a city called Elista, and we have these unique letters with the two dots on top. Okay, so if I see the two dots on the E, we're in Russia. Ul with a Y dash and an A dash. Making me think like Hungary ever. That was my first instinct, but I don't know if that's right now. .eu, not the most helpful. Although this is Brno, which is making me think like Brno, like in Czech. Czech Republic. These signs don't have the URL on them, so I don't know for sure. We have these pines here. I feel like I'm not gonna get the confirmation I want or need right now that it is Czech Republic, but that is okay because even if I get the wrong country, that will help me to learn where the right country is and be able to recognize it in the future. I think mostly because it says Brno here and I'm thinking that means like Brno. I will go in Czech Republic in Brno. Okay, perf. we had the right instinct that even though it wasn't exactly spelled how I see it on the map, because I think it's like the English, like, I don't know if it's like translations or just like ways to say the cities, but I interpreted it as Brno, which it was a Czech Republic unique Latin letter, with the E with kind of like the V shape on top, the R with the V shape on top, and the U with like the little circle in the middle there. Okay. And we got 18K again, which is an amazing score. I'm going to play this map one more time and see how many more languages and diacritics we can identify. All right, we have dashes over the E's and U's, so I'm thinking Latvia. And I think I see the city name here, right? Ooh. Lithuania? I think I'm mixing up the Latvia and Lithuania diacritics in my head, but that's definitely the Lithuania flag, unless this is like an embassy or something. Nope, there's more than one flag. So, okay, I'm gonna definitely say we're in Lithuania. What is the city name on here? Klaipėda? I feel like maybe we're somewhere here. How big is the city, and could we 5K it? Is there anything big nearby that we recognize? Is that a dog? Bro, somebody needs to bring their dog back inside. Like, that dog is about to jump. I'm so scared for that puppy. Alright. What are we nearby that we could use a 5K? Sweet Bank? Is that gonna show up at the zoom level? Looking for the bank, if it shows up, but if it doesn't, that is okay. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get the 5K with the current information I have, so I'm just gonna put it in downtown Klaipėda and we'll see where we are. All right, we were like 1 or 2 streets over, so we'll definitely take 4.998 there, a very good score. And this was a Lithuania unique Latin letters with like the E dot and then the I dot and the U under, a little curved. Okay, there's a dot above the Z and above the G, which is interesting. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I'm not sure, so let's look around us and see what other clues we can get. Malta. I don't think we've had Malta yet in this map, at least, so that is interesting to learn. I'll have it in Valletta for now. Okay. So I think the unique letters are going to be the dot above the Z and the dot above the G. Those seem to be the only two. Maybe a apostrophe, although I don't know if that's just like maybe it's like because it's like, you know, a plural or something, or like of or something, or if that's like part of the letter. We'll go here in downtown Valletta and see where we are. All right, perf. We were in Malta, and we were closer to a city called Zeebrugge. All right, the Malta unique Latin letters are the G with a dot on top, and this H with like the slash through like the top half of it. Okay. Okay, we have the sign with a dot above the G, and I think that's the only diacritic here. I don't know what language that is. Zone, what? Is that a Turkey boulevard? This doesn't feel like Turkey, does it? Wait, is this Malta? Did we just have it? Left side of the road. I mean, it's Europe and left side, so it can only be here, really, right? I think this has to be Malta. All right, we were in Malta again. I guess I just didn't memorize the G dot thing from before, but Malta unique letters, G with a dot on top and H with a slash through the top half. All right, this is Greek again, although I want to make sure by looking around, because suddenly I'm like questioning it after not remembering the Malta letter from before, but that is okay because it's new information. Thessaloniki is over here. And Florina is to our right also, but I don't know where Florina is. So I think I'll just go kind of like on the outskirts of Thessaloniki and like think we're heading into the city with this sign. Okay, we're a little bit further northwest. We've got a really good score. We got 4.6k. And these were the Greek unique letters again. And we're in a city called Edessa, which I think we had a couple times in this one particular map. We have a little like V shape over the Z. The I has a little scoop under it. What am I thinking here? And I think in the back I see G dot on the street name. So I feel like it's Latvia or Lithuania. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it is Latvia, but I will spin around and make sure, but that is my current guess. I can't read that because of the lines through it. Loma. I think I will stick here in Latvia, and then we'll learn where we are. So we were in Lithuania, actually, and we were in Vilnius, so in the capital. And I misremembered the dot above the E, and I think the little scoop under the I. That is okay. We got 23.4 thousand, which is our best score yet, I think by a couple of thousand at least. We're only like 1,500 points off of perfect for all 5 rounds, which I'll definitely take. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video of me learning unique European and Slavic letters in Geoguessr. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. Also tell me if you speak any of the languages that I saw in any of the rounds today. I'd love to learn more about languages and in nuances and how you can differentiate them maybe between languages of neighboring countries and stuff like that to help me get better at just like, you know, like recognizing languages in general, but also for my duels knowledge. I love to learn about languages, so feel free to tell me down below. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe from Chanella and have a great day.